Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are reviewing Shawn Storm's song titled, Mosquito. Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us.
Punch, bitch, punch, hitch, catch, hit, snatch, hit, punch, hit, latch, me, the boy, a lick, snatch.
Let's get right into it. Firstly, let's ask ourselves, is Shawn Storm's Mosquito the most annoying dancehall song right now, or is that exactly the point? The narrative. This track isn't just music, it's psychological warfare. From the repetitive hook to the bold mosquito metaphor, Shawn Storm makes one thing clear: he's not going anywhere, no matter who's bothered. Shawn Storm's Mosquito, a sharp dancehall diss aimed at Masicka. Dancehall has never shied away from lyrical warfare, and Shawn Storm's track, Mosquito, proves the tradition is still very much alive. Known as one of the most loyal members of the Gaza camp, Shawn Storm steps into the spotlight with a song many fans believe is a direct diss aimed at Masicka, reigniting tensions that have long simmered beneath the surface of dancehall culture. The meaning behind Mosquito. The title alone sets the tone. In Jamaican slang, a mosquito represents something annoying, persistent, small, and ultimately insignificant, something that buzzes loudly but causes little real damage. Shawn Storm uses this metaphor to belittle his target, painting them as someone seeking attention but lacking real power, influence, or substance. Rather than relying on obvious name-calling, Shawn Storm opts for slick wordplay and coded language, a style deeply rooted in classic dancehall clashes. This approach allows listeners to connect the dots without the song feeling forced or desperate. Why fans knows it's aimed at Masicka? Dancehall fans are some of the most detail-oriented listeners in music. In Mosquito, Shawn Storm references fake tough talk, selective bravery, industry hype versus real street credibility. These themes closely mirror long-standing criticisms aimed at Masicka by members of the Gaza-affiliated camp. The timing of the release, combined with Shawn Storm's lyrical cues and tone, has only strengthened speculation that the song is meant to undermine Masicka's image and question his authenticity. Shawn Storm's delivery: calm, cold, and calculated. Unlike loud, aggressive diss tracks, Mosquito stands out because of its controlled delivery. Shawn Storm doesn't sound angry, he sounds confident. That confidence is key. The track feels less like an emotional outburst and more like a calculated reminder of hierarchy, suggesting that his opponent isn't worth more than mild irritation. This calm execution is what makes the diss effective. It sends a message: you're not a threat, you're just noise. The Gaza shadow still looms. While Shawn Storm stands on his own here, the Gaza legacy is impossible to ignore. Fans familiar with his history alongside Vybz Kartel will hear echoes of classic Gaza-style lyrical warfare: mockery over mayhem, intellect over chaos. Mosquito feels like a continuation of that tradition, proving that even with Kartel's absence from the forefront, the camp's mentality remains intact. Fan reactions and dancehall buzz. Since its release, Mosquito has sparked heavy debate online. Some fans praise Shawn Storm for his lyrical maturity and restraint, while others are calling for a response from Masicka. As usual, dancehall thrives on these moments, where music, rivalry, and culture collide. Whether Masicka chooses to respond or ignore the jab, one thing is clear: Shawn Storm has successfully stirred the pot, and the streets are listening. Dancehall is officially back in war mode for Shawn Storm to calls Masicka a mosquito. Shawn Storm's latest track, Mosquito, isn't just another song, it's a cold, calculated diss that is aimed squarely at Masicka. And instead of screaming or threatening, Shawn Storm does something far more disrespectful: he minimizes him. No gun talk overload, no name calling, just one brutal message: you're annoying, not important. Mosquito isn't noise, it's intentional disrespect. In Jamaican culture, calling someone a mosquito isn't playful. It means the person buzzes loud but contributes nothing, survives off attention, and disappears the moment real pressure shows up. That's the angle Shawn Storm takes, and it cuts deep. Rather than chasing hype, he positions Masicka as someone feeding off controversy, talking tough when it's safe, but never standing firmly when it counts. The diss doesn't beg for attention, it assumes dominance. Fans caught the shots immediately. Dancehall listeners didn't need subtitles. Within hours of release, social media lit up with comments decoding lines, timestamps, and subliminals. The consensus: this wasn't accidental. The themes match Masicka's long-running criticisms almost too perfectly. Industry hype versus real credibility. Selective bravery. Talking big online, moving quiet in reality. Shawn Storm didn't say a name, but he didn't need to. Calm delivery, maximum disrespect. What makes Mosquito dangerous is how unbothered Shawn Storm sounds. There's no rage in his voice. No urgency. That's intentional. In clash culture, anger shows investment. Calm shows superiority. The track feels like a reminder. You're not a rival, you're a nuisance. Gaza energy never left. Let's be honest, this record carries pure Gaza DNA. Fans familiar with the Vibes Cartel era know this style well. Psychological warfare over chaos, mockery over threats. Shawn Storm isn't trying to outsing or outstream anyone. He's reminding the culture that legacy still speaks, even when the spotlight shifts. The hook. Simple but strategic. The chorus is intentionally repetitive and chant-driven. This isn't accidental, it mirrors the very thing Storm is describing. The hook is meant to annoy, to stick, and to linger in the listener's mind. In true dancehall fashion, it's designed for sound system pull-ups, crowd participation, and replay value. The repetition turns the song into a form of musical taunting, reminding rivals that Shawn Storm isn't going anywhere. Final thoughts. Mosquito isn't just a diss, it's a statement. Shawn Storm reminds listeners that in dancehall, not every clash needs shouting. Sometimes, the most effective insult is making your opponent seem too small to matter. If this track is any indication, Shawn Storm is far from done, and dancehall fans should keep their ears open, because that buzzing sound isn't going away anytime soon. Verdict. Mosquito is a clever, metaphor-driven dancehall record that highlights Shawn Storm's ability to turn pressure into presence. It may not rely on flashy lyricism or complex storytelling, but its simplicity is its strength. The message is clear. Mosquito proves one thing: you don't need to shout to disrespect someone. Sometimes the most savage diss is acting like your opponent doesn't matter. And right now, Shawn Storm has the streets buzzing, while everyone else is swatting. Final take. Shawn Storm may not be the biggest name in dancehall, but make one thing clear, he's not going quietly. The song won't be for everyone, and that's the point. It's confrontational, repetitive, and unapologetic. Ignore it if you want, that buzzing isn't stopping. Drop a comment and settle the debate. Hit or trash, would you pull this up in the dance, yes or no? Subscribe and turn on your notification bell, for more raw dancehall breakdowns. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms. Don't forget to like, comment and share.